Saudi Arabia is in the news now quite a bit. Why? Because they are in collision with the Shia Iranian regime. Saudi Arabia is what they would like to think of as the head of the Sunni world, because the two major places of value for Muslims are Mecca and Medina, located in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the keeper of the holy places. And of course, we know about their importance as a major oil producer. So, it is, for the start, we need to why should we pay attention? Because Saudi Arabia has been trying to build a coalition of Sunnis and non-Sunnis. Very quietly, they have a de facto, I would say, alliance with Israel against the Iranians and their surrogates. But let's back up a minute and talk about how did Saudi Arabia become Saudi Arabia? Well, we have to back up to the aftermath of World War I. Those who focus on the Middle East almost always focus on the British and French carving up what remained of the Ottoman Empire below what is now Turkey into Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Kuwait. What generally does not get the attention is what happened in what is now Saudi Arabia. During World War I, the Hashomite family, which traces their heritage all the way back to the Prophet's family itself, Hussein, their leader of their tribe, was the Sharif. That means the head, the keeper of the holy places of Mecca and Medina. He organizes with the British an Arab revolt against the Turks, and really expected as a consequence that their family would wind up owning or controlling all the way from Saudi Arabia north. Now, they were willing to cut a deal with the Zionists in Palestine, and did, though it didn't last. So what happened? Here's one of the huge what ifs. How would the Middle East look today if the Hashomites had been able to stay in control in what is now Saudi Arabia? Well, the Hashomites were and remain much more liberal and tolerant than most of the rest of the Arab Islamic world. They've been known for that for a long time. It would be much easier to work with. One cannot remotely imagine the 19 hijackers of 9/11 coming from a Hashemite Saudi Arabia. It just would have been unimaginable. But the Saud family they were bedouin nomads, and they were able to uproot and kick the Hashemites out of Saudi Arabia. And what would have happened if the British in particular had come to their defense and said, no, Saud, you can't do this? But they didn't. And we get the consequences we have. The Saud, the family, were wedded to a very extreme version of Islam called Wahabi Islam. Wahabi Islam is about as strict and, I would say, nasty as you can get. And this doctrine is going to lead to what is known as Salafis. And from the Salafis are going to come Al-Qaeda and ISIS. ISIS traces its heritage right back to the Wahabi faith. So we should be aware of that as we look at the complexities of the Middle East. And though Saudi Arabia is arraigned right now against ISIS, they're really the roots of it.